allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, so we got some minutes to review, guys. We had both public and non-public minutes on August 10th. So, having said that, you all got a copy, electronic copy. Looking for a motion to accept those minutes, non-public.
I wasn't here.
Oh, that's right.
Motion to accept.
Yeah, I'll second it. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay.
Abstain.
Yeah, so we're good. Okay, so that's for her.
One
Yeah.
second.
Yeah,
before we
okay.
move on.
Okay, now we have the, wait a minute.
Yeah, no, you're right, August 10th, I have it on the agenda in front.
You all set?
Yep.
Okay, now we'll do the public minutes. Has anyone had a chance to look, or you both had it? Oh, you weren't here again, Pete, you had to think about that.
I saw it.
Yeah.
I saw it.
Motion to approve the public meeting minutes of 10 August 2021.
August 8th, yeah.
Oh,
Okay, yeah, and I'll second it.
No,
It is a 10.
it is the 10th.
Yeah,
Correct.
yeah, August 10.
Oh.
That's just wrong on there.
Oh, it is the 10th, okay.
But you said the 10th, the previous one, that's.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, sorry about that. Okay, so we got, okay, so now, we get the minutes done. Okay, up to the chief's report. We're gonna kinda fly through things today, folks, since we gotta do the budget, and that will be time consuming.
Yeah, so only a couple things. So,
Okay.
we had a softball game against the school with the fire department. Of course, we won, which was a good time.
Good.
Crushed them. Bunch of young firemen carried the team though, so I'll give them credit for it. We had the duck race, that went excellent as well. It was really well attended by the townspeople. It was run really well by the historical society. It was great. It was a good time. E-waste day, you guys, when you come in, you saw a tractor trailer out there.
Correct.
That'll be this Saturday. And they're gonna do it here at the Safety Center rather than at the school. It seemed to work out better last year, so people can come in.
Always been at the school, but this is probably less commotion.
Yeah, I'm gonna stay here.
Mhm.
Our storage building is completed. We started moving stuff in this week. We should have everything, we're shooting to have everything totally moved, obviously by the end of October, so we can get rid of the pod that's out there. Looks like there'll be enough room to do that. Looks great. Things are all good, ready to go.
And it's, the bay for the police department is a secure bay?
Yep.
Don't fence in inside or
Yep,
whatever?
fenced in. We still have to get our camera installed there, but I think that's already been scheduled. So it'll be
Yeah.
hooked into our regular cameras inside.
Is the building alarmed?
No,
No.
but it'll have a motion thing that'll tell us if
Oh,
someone.
okay, sure. Okay, great.
Drug take back is October 23rd, that's coming up, and that's from 10 to 2, that'll be here at the police department, and we'll start putting signs up pretty soon, I would imagine, out in front there by the school and stuff. Other than that, we're at full staff, no one's missing, no one's out hurt, it's been very, very busy, we're always historically very busy in the fall, not sure why that is,
Yeah.
the weather's nice, people are all outside, it's usually our busiest time of year, and it's been just like that this year, so we've been busy, guys are doing a great job, everything else is good, union negotiations are going well, that should be wrapped up, I think October 5th is the next meeting, but I think that should be our last one, barring any
Okay.
unforeseen circumstances.
Sure.
And that's it.
How about COVID in town? What's the latest with that?
Pretty low actually, so
Yeah.
it's, I think Auburn had a higher spike in the beginning of the whole pandemic, so this whole second wave didn't affect the town as drastically as it would, other communities that got bypassed, like the northern part of the state and the southern
Yeah.
part of the state seem to be higher this time,
Mhm.
where the southern tier doesn't seem as bad.
Yeah? Well, that's good to hear.
Yep.
Any questions for the chief?
No, sounds
Okay,
good.
Chip, it's up to you now.
Okay, I'll echo what the chief said, guys are doing a great job. We had 207 car stops for the month. We had 12 arrests, 3 of which were DWIs, 1 of which was aggravated. We got 1 federal felony habitual offender. So again, for a total of 12, so things are picking up. And then 24 criminal investigations or paperwork service, a mixed bag of those. So guys are out there beating the pavement and shaking the trees, getting stops and arrests, and it's good. Keeps them busy, and chief is right. I mean, fall, I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's just the cooler air and people are out there just wreaking havoc or doing whatever, but it's starting to get real busy. Had a good case where they bystanders called in suspicious people around one of the businesses, and it turns out that the officers went out there and found that they had broken into a bunch of storage units and got them with a bunch of stuff, so.
That was a tip, a citizen's tip.
Yeah, we're still working on that one, we're, just tying up some loose ends.
Canine tracked the guys and caught them still at the scene, and went very well.
Wow, terrific. All started with a tip.
Just a tip, see something,
That's
say
unreal.
something.
And that's a good point, if anybody's watching the video, boy, sometimes, when in doubt, just give it a call.
So, but that's it,
How did the police association do with the french fries this year?
did fantastic. Yeah,
Really?
People apparently like our french fries.
Yeah,
So,
great,
it's really
nice
good.
to hear it.
Yeah.
Did you sell out?
I think we had one bag left or something like that, but.
300 orders of French fries.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you ordered 10 pounds again, or what? I mean 10 bags?
No, 8.
8 bags?
Yep.
Oh, very good.
Yeah.
That's a lot of fries in a couple hours.
Yeah, it was great.
Especially in the morning, not everybody wants french fries in the morning. I mean.
Apparently they do.
Yeah.
Apparently here in Auburn they do.
Those are breakfast fries.
Oh, these are breakfast fries.
Then we transitioned into the lunch fries.
Well, yeah. It's good to hear.
Yeah, so,
Any questions for the detective?
Every day's
Saw
Friday.
those poor guys working like crazy.
Yeah. Okay, Steve, how are you tonight?
Not bad.
How's the neighborhood watch doing?
We're doing okay, I guess. We had a table set up with the Fry guys for the duck race, and we actually did pretty good. We got 18 new people.
Fantastic. Good idea to put it there.
Yeah, so.
Because everybody's getting fries and while they're waiting, well, hopefully,
Each new
not too
member
much
gets
waiting.
3 fries.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of them were new people that have moved into the neighborhood and, moved into town and met some nice people. It was a good day. Some people I re-signed because they were here, I guess when they initially had signed up years ago when we first started the route watch, and they weren't getting anything on the distribution, so we re-signed them up and they weren't on the distribution, so they'll be on it.
Fantastic, so I'd say that was a A plus right there.
Yeah, it was great.
Fantastic.
Got a free basket of fries. I got the breakfast fries.
Oh, you get the breakfast fries, okay.
Free range breakfast.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's right.
yeah. You get the dinner fries after noontime.
Yeah, that's right.
All right.
a little gravy.
Any questions for Steve?
No, no.
All right, anything else, Steve?
Sorry.
No, that's it for now.
So thank you so much. Don't think we have anything on the whole business to discuss that I know of. Okay, all right, so let's do the evaluations, and then we can get into the money, the budget. Are you willing to do all that?
Yeah,
Okay.
I'll plow through.
All right,
Yeah.
thank you.
The first one will be Sergeant Dan Goonan. A motion based on satisfactory review that he's currently a grade 11, step 14, that he be granted his step increase
Second.
to step 15.
Second.
Second, all in favor?
Fine.
Okay, so approved.
20 steps or 15? 20, right?
20 step.
20.
20, yeah.
Currently. Next. Patrolman Ryan Goulet, he's a full-time officer, currently, do I have
You have the right one?
Yeah.
Okay.
currently a labor grade 8, step 14, based on his satisfactory review, motion that he go to a step 15.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay. Terrific. There you go.
Next is Officer Anita Lombardo, presently a grade 8, step 14. Based on her satisfactory review, motion that she go to a grade 8, step 15.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
No, if you want me to do this one?
Yeah, could you?
Yeah, well, you're gonna do it, and I'll second.
Next is Officer Jason Lintel. He's a part-time officer. He is currently a labor grade 6, step 8. And based upon his satisfactory review, I will motion that he go to a labor grade 6, step 9.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye. Next, I have Detective, is it Detective Sergeant or just Detective?
Just
Just Detective. Detective Calvin Capos. He is currently a labor grade 11, step 9, and based on his satisfactory review, a motion that he go to a labor grade 11, step 10.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. And we'll get the last one.
Alright, so I have Patrolman Greg Santuccio.
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 Yep.
Alright, he is based on a satisfactory evaluation, he is presently labor grade 6, step 17, recommend labor grade 6, step 18.
I'll second that motion. All in favor?
Aye.
Abstain.
Motion carried. Okay. Now for the fun stuff. All right, I'm gonna put the, your minutes for the non-public and the public. This is gonna be all yours.
Thank you.
And then we got this now to go through. Okay. So, which one of you are gonna present, or? You will? Okay, let's get this show on the road.
Yeah, so we're gonna kind of just throw it right out at the beginning, so there's no
Yeah.
guessing.
Yeah,
Our budget total is, what we're asking for is up $4,871. So kind of keep that in mind as we go through each of those.
well, for the whole year, it's gonna come up to 4871.
Right, not counting wages, just so you kind of know ahead of time as we go along. Alright?
Okay?
So, right, the first one's the grants, they always come up in the first there. Is the DWI patrols, we're asking that to be level funded at $5,000. We still have quite a bit to expend this year, but we usually use those heavily in the holidays.
Yep.
We have had a big uptick in DWI activity, as well as a couple of fatalities this year involving vehicle crashes with alcohol involved, possibly involved. So we're looking to keep that the same.
And these are reimbursed dollar for dollar, right?
No. So the state has no longer reimburses us 100% of that. They stopped doing that probably a year ago. We only get $3,400 for total grant reimbursement.
We
The
do
town picks up the rest of the cost.
they do mobilization patrols.
Mhm.
Now it's, when you apply for it, they don't, given our fatalities, I'm hoping
Mhm.
that changes, even though we don't like it that way, but the last few years, I've only gotten 3,400 for the total.
3,400.
3,400.
Grants.
So that goes to the town, but this comes out of our budget.
Right.
Okay, so I'll make a motion, line 150-1, DWI grant patrols, budgeted at, level funded at $5,000.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay.
Selective traffic control is radar patrols. And again, same thing, we usually bulk them up towards the holiday season, which is coming up. We're looking to keep maintaining that the same at $4,000.
I'll make a motion, line 150-2, selective traffic control, we move that at $4,000.
Second.
In favor?
Aye.
Okay.
The next one is a witness fee, which is fees, people pay when they go to court or ALS hearings. We're looking to keep that level funded at $2,000. Now, this year, court was closed for the beginning of the year, it's now open, back to regular stuff, regular.
So that's why we don't.
Regular in.
I can remember when that used to be 6,000 a long time ago.
I think we could do much better with the prosecutor,
Right.
where you can do a lot more plea bargain stuff ahead of time, so he's able to.
We're not paying a lot of witness fees for an officer to go, the 3 or 4 hour minimum, and then the case get delayed or continued. Okay, any other discussion?
No.
Okay, I'll make a motion, line 150-3, police witness fees, we'll move that line at $2,000.
Second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
And the last one is the OHRV grants. We did not get one this year. We apply every year. Some years you get them,
If
some
they,
years
if they
you
get,
don't. But you need to have the line item available if we do are awarded.
I'll move line 150-4, OHRV, $1.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay.
So moving down to uniforms. Some of those are all contractual with the patrol officers other than me and the lieutenant. We're looking to keep that level funded. There's still a lot in there, but again, most of the guys will go buy the uniforms at the end of the year,
Every year it's the same,
every year.
yeah, they eat it up in the fall.
So we're looking to keep that level funded at $9,000.
Okay, I'm gonna move line 290-1, uniforms, level funded at $9,000.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay,
Okay, so this is the next one.
yeah,
We're actually gonna look for some input from you guys here for some decision making here. So our computer services, there's 2 different increases. So the county has changed how they, I'm no computer expert, but they've changed how they do their formatting or how their software works. We have to pay an additional registration fee for each computer and laptop that we have in the cars. So that red one there, did they get red color?
Yep, yep.
It was this proof point email,
It's no,
no?
the Rockingham Dispatch Microsoft license is the last one.
Okay, so the other one is just a recommended security change by our vendor, right? Is that-
Oh, he wants us to get better, email security, okay,
And
yeah.
that's $1,000,
And you got, yeah,
1,056.
20,
So
you
that's
got
a new-
22 email
Right.
accounts, yeah.
That one's new.
And I'm told because the town is all part of one email group, that's something that they were looking to increase on their end.
Right, we all share the town of Auburn, nh.com thing, so it's all part of that. So we'll be maintaining our same email accounts that the town has. The one that was at the bottom, where you see the A and the B,
Mm-hmm.
is that the one from that?
That's the additional recommendations that the RIT person is making, requesting that we make. So you'll see where I said no change at the $7,944.
Yeah.
We don't have to make the changes, these are the changes that he's recommending we make, which would increase us another $2,880 on top of that $7,944. And then he also, again, broke it down, and we could do additional ones and full-fledged go with the choice of B. The other one the A is what he called a la carte, where I pulled some of them out, adding what we already had and just adding to what we were gonna do for our computer services.
Mm-hmm.
The B is if I totally change and go with the new program that he's recommending, but he said we didn't necessarily have to go with it. And just to talk a little bit about it, and I don't know computer speak, but it has to do with, remote desktop, how he's able to access into us and monitor things. He calls it EDR, and that endpoint detection response, which is part of what the emails and all of that stuff will be kind of added on to. So when he and I spoke, I can get a lot of those services at the a la carte version and increase it to the $29,505. But again, like the chief said, we're trying to leave that up to you as an option because we
Yeah.
were.
We're leaning towards not doing the B option that he's recommending. We're trying to do the more one where we pick out just the ones we think we need.
So the number that you're proposing, 26,625 is option A?
No, that is if we make absolutely no changes to the.
No changes, 29,505 is option A.
Right,
Right.
which is an increase of
Now-
3,000.
29,500.
Are his changes all to do with email security or that type of stuff?
Exactly.
Exactly.
And-
Okay, that's important stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Is the town doing it?
Yes.
Town's doing it too?
Fire department.
Right.
Which is they doing? The full or the?
Full package.
Full package. The town doing a full pack, fire department? Well,
What's
Why
missing?
shouldn't we just do the full package?
What's
Yeah.
missing?
Because then,
I understand.
okay, because then not only are we going up $4,871.
Well, we have a long way to go yet.
Yeah.
Don't worry.
Oh, so this would be a 6,144 added to that, so it would be a little stronger than 10,000.
Correct,
Okay, well, we're not done the budget yet,
okay.
and you have some budget, do you have some money left over from this year? Do you have any idea if we're gonna have, can we spend 10 or 12? or-
It's not gonna be as much as it normally is because we've been paying a ton for car repairs and car parts, we're through the roof.
Oh, okay, well, we'll go through this and see. So,
Well, I would just assume we all stay lockstep together.
correct?
Okay.
Also, if you've heard any of the horror stories from any of the other
We have.
towns.
Yeah.
Peterborough and.
Peterborough.
Well, that's why I asked, if it was email security, if it's a security, you really gotta stay on top of it, so.
No amount of security would prevent what happened in Peterborough. They just,
That was stupidity.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Do they not have desktop remote access right now? The IT, your IT company?
He does, but this is like a different
This
version
is
of
to
it.
provide desktop remote.
This is to provide, so they don't have it right now.
Employees. I'm the only one that has it, I think, from anybody.
Okay, so it's a
All right.
issue, okay.
Well, I'm gonna make a motion, line 340-1, computer services, gonna move it for $32,769.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay.
Okay, custodial services, our cleaning lady's been fantastic, especially during the whole COVID thing, she kept coming in and kept everything super clean, and did a great job. She is looking for a slight increase, I don't think she's asked for an increase in the last years that I can remember, probably 5 years.
I'd have to say, been the same for a good 8-10 years.
Yeah, and I think she's asking more for the chemical cleaner stuff is part of the increase, but also she wants like
Yeah.
another $17 a week, cause she has to spend more time.
Yeah.
Probably another, I don't know what she's doing, another 30 minutes or whatever it takes to really clean.
Mm-hmm.
Part of that as well, we've replaced the, stuff in the cell block area, and she's picked up cleaning that stuff as well.
Yeah.
So that's all.
Question?
No.
Okay. I'm gonna move line 360-1, custodial services, for $8,569.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
The medical services is, the same stuff, our medical equipment, the quick clot, the, blood tests that we do for DWIs, we take some to the hospital, our Narcan, our AED, we've had to replace some of the batteries for the AEDs this year, and the pads for them. So we're looking to keep that level funded at $1,200.
That one there, we've never spent, and we've whittled it down over the years, so. And we currently have expended as 927,763.
Remaining balance 436, yeah.
Yeah, I would motion that we lower that to $1,000.
So just the pads, I think, for the, thing are $150, so if we use our AED twice, that's $300 between, now and the end of the year, so it's not like we're asking for crazy.
No, I'm not saying you're asking
Well,
crazy anyway.
we have a motion on the table for $1,000, do I hear a second?
How many AEDs do you have?
One per car, so I think we have 6 with every marked car. And I'm not sure what we pay for the batteries, I can't remember.
I'll tell you in 1 second.
Yeah,
That's
batteries are
some
expensive.
of it.
A couple of them must be coming into obsolescence, I would think.
I so that I could do that. Cause I just bought one.
That's okay, I don't have a
Yeah.
second, so it doesn't,
Okay.
we can move on.
Okay, so,
I can't specifically say.
without a second, I'm gonna make a motion, 370-1 medical services for level funded at 1,200.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
No,
Okay.
Prosecution, with,
Yeah.
no increase, that will be used up by the end of the year in its regular pay that we pay per month.
Mhm.
So we're looking to keep that level funded at 20,000.
I'll make a motion, line 390-0, prosecution level funded 20,000.
second?
In favor?
Aye.
Radar is, most of the cost is for our research of the radars themselves. We have a company comes in and does the research. And the biggest cost is for the cloud server for the radar trailer, which has actually been really helpful for us when people make complaints and stuff. We can actually answer their questions and stuff.
Yeah, and it'll give you some good data, huh? So you
Yeah,
can
it's good.
relay that back to the,
Exactly, so we have
To
some
the
kind of
resident.
information to pass
Yeah.
on. So we're looking to keep that level funded at 2350.
I'm gonna make a motion, line 390-1 radar, $2,350 level funded.
I'll second.
Favor?
Aye.
Aye.
For the radio maintenance, we did not get bills for those portables?
No.
Nope, haven't come in yet.
So we have outstanding bills for portables that we purchased. We try to replace 2 portables every year. So that way we'll never have to hit the town for like 20 portables at a time. And it's been actually working very well. We end up putting the new radios, go to the full-time officers, and then some older radios will go back to the part-time guys. We fade out the oldest ones.
Yep.
It's been working very well. So I don't know how much we have outstanding for those portables. They're like 1,000 something.
Yeah, 1,300 apiece, so it's gonna be
1,300, so
26 or so.
2650.
2650.
Allocated.
And we haven't had our repeaters maintained yet. So we'll be close to the 5,000. It might be a little bit short of that, but we're pretty close. So we're looking to keep it level funded at 5,000.
Well, I'm looking to save some money somewhere to make up for, since we're looking for 10. Can you go 1 year without replacement portables for 1 year? In view of the fact that we're gonna give in on the computer stuff and who knows what, or, to your opinion, guys, if you wanna go for it, you know, I'm not setting stone on it, I'm just trying to,
Well, I like keeping up with the radios, I think.
yeah, it's probably a
that's
great
really
idea.
Some of the most important equipment those guys have is a good radio.
Yeah, you need that, I'll agree, but it just looks kinda handy right there, you know, that one line, but.
I agree. But I'll move that as presented at 5,000.
Okay,
Second.
all in favor?
Aye.
Yeah, I'll go for it. So that's line 390-2, radio maintenance,
Okay.
5,000.
So we're down to training. Training is, again, this first half of the year, there wasn't a lot of in-person training. We've been doing a lot of training actually now on Zoom kind of stuff, and Academy has now started a program where you can do some of the classes online, but they're also starting to pick up the in-person lines. We have an officer going to motorcycle school, I think, in October, and somebody else going, Ryan, going to some school?
Yeah, he's going to defensive tactics instructor school.
Defensive Test Instructor School. So we're gonna start seeing more in-person schools than we saw this year. We're looking to keep it level funded at 4550.
Okay, so 4650, I'll make a mo.
45.
40, oh, yeah, get my eyes checked here, okay. Line 390-4, training, make a motion, $4,550 level funded.
I'll second.
We're coming up to some decreases, so.
All in favor? Okay,
I'm in favor.
Yeah.
that's what I was peeking at, I was going.
So, the photography line, which historically we've kept at $300 since I've been working here, I think, for 20 years.
300 as long as I've been here,
Yeah,
after 11
we're
years.
trying, we're actually looking to increase it to 200 because we've now been required by county to use a Dropbox for any photos and videos, and we've been using that as well for videos to some defense attorneys, and that costs us an annual fee to use the Dropbox stuff.
Mhm.
So we're looking to make that $500.
Okay. I'm gonna make a motion to move line 390-4, photography, for $500.
We have 240 left as of right now.
Mhm.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Right, but we
Yeah,
haven't, normally we buy our batteries and sticks and all that other stuff at the end of the year.
Oh.
So we haven't purchased all that.
Yes. I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
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 And Chip paid for that this year, and I took it out of a different line because I'm trying to track it. You
Right, the
always
Dropbox thing.
wanted me historically to try to keep it in the line.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah,
that's kind of how I'm gonna track it, and
Good, okay.
Alright.
Public relations.
Public relations is our leads program, when we do any major community events, and we also pay a fee every year to the Child Advocacy Center. We're looking to keep that level, and there was not a lot of community service stuff the first half of this year, it seems to have picked back up. We'll be doing our trunk or treat thing, I guess, and whatever else is going on in the fall, all the Citizens Academy things coming up in the fall.
Mhm.
So we're looking to keep that level funded at $3,500.
I'll make a motion to move line 391-0, public relations, level funded at $3,500.
second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay.
Plant costs. So that's our trash pickup and all our regular maintenance and stuff.
50% with the fire department for the fire extinguisher and,
Right.
yeah, the system.
Any kind of, repairs to our, you know, inside, the furnace, that kind of stuff, which has been better, a little bit better this year. We have $3,300 left, is there any big outstanding things still hanging for that?
No, but I will say, I think the monies that we got for,
Oh, we were able to do some of the repairs because we had the, that ARP money, the money from the state this year, so we didn't have to draw from this as much as we normally would have. And the town was really good with us with any kind of, breakdowns or maintenance and stuff caused by that. We're looking to keep it level funded at $7,000.
Is everything 50% with the fire department, like the generator, maintenance and irrigation?
Irrigation is the stuff that we would share, yeah.
Yeah,
Like we
so,
share
so
the
does
generator.
that, so that's, they pay $690 and we pay $690?
That's right.
Okay, and cause it just says 50% with the extinguisher.
it all depends too, like, in past we do, sometimes we don't.
Oh,
If you're talking seasonal, but a couple times, like the fire department, they've paid for it, and then a couple times I've paid for it to try to catch up with them.
okay,
Me
so
and
we
the
try to
fire
keep it
chief-
fair, right?
Me and the fire chief are kind of back on it now, because before we, you know, it was going between certain people fixing it, like calling and fixing it, and now me and the chief are trying to stay more in touch with each other to know, okay, it's an annual cost,
Yeah,
and, you know, to blow out the system, to start it back up in the spring,
yeah.
where sometimes they paid, sometimes we paid.
Well, sometimes it's good to discuss it ahead of time, you know, you might be able to save some money and avoid duplication of services or whatever it might be.
With the upgrades to the AC was upgraded, correct? HVAC system, was it upgraded here? Is that correct in the building? Or fixed?
They did the
Fixed.
insulation.
They
Fixed.
insulated the
Insulated.
roof above us, which I think is gonna help with the heat and stuff, I'm hoping.
They gotta
Yeah,
finish it too.
Yeah, they have to come back and finish part of it, and then we're gonna do above here, right? Isn't it,
I haven't agreed to.
oh, they haven't agreed yet. The town's still talking with the company about doing the installation above this room as well.
okay,
But right now, ours is
Okay.
mostly done.
alright. Any more questions about that? Okay, so I'm gonna make a motion, line 560-1, plank cost to, move that line at $7,002, which is level funded.
second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay.
Police equipment, we have a regular rotation for replacing ballistic vests every 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
We don't have as many this year to replace, it's just a slow year, you know, it's a drop year. We only have to replace 2 of them. And then the rest is like our other replacement equipment that gets used up during the year. So we're able to reduce this line by $800. So we're looking to go from 6,000 to 5,200.
That's even with the increase in prices on everything?
Yeah.
Alright, I'm gonna make a motion, line 610-1, police equipment, I'll move that line at 5,200.
Second.
Favor?
The next one is office equipment. So I guess every year of this copier we have a maintenance program with them. It goes up automatically 10% or something every year. And that's what the only increase in there is just for the copier.
Mhm.
And the rest of everything else we buy is only $450. So we're looking for an increase of $300 to $2,300.
Is that unlimited copies? Or is it per sheet, per color, per white?
It's 5,000 for black and white and 5,000, yeah, free. And I have to admit, I very rarely max it. The only time I maybe do is like, you know, at the Citizens Academy when Melissa's printing catalogs or something, or for some function, we might go over.
How old is that copier?
I wanna say maybe 2016.
Yeah, I was gonna say 3-4 years low.
I'd say 3 years. I
I thought, we had a 3-year deal, I thought, and released it.
I'd have to go back, no, we bought it.
Oh, we did?
Yeah,
Okay.
to
know it
Shiva,
was a purchase.
yeah. I'd have to go back with the
Probably
budget to
right.
see.
That's
what-
all right.
The maintenance plan has paid off though, haven't
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah,
we?
because they come in and repair it, there's no cost, but
Alright. I'm gonna move line 610-2, office equipment for $2,300.
Second.
In favor?
Aye.
So, postage is the same kind of deal as the other one that, hadn't gone up in 20 years. Well, our PO box cost actually has gone up for whatever reason. The post office has raised the cost from, $100 a year. So we're looking to increase the, postage line from $600 to $700.
Been 600 for 11 years. I'm gonna make a motion, line 630-1 posted, I'm gonna move that at $700.
Second,
All in favor?
Aye.
price of a stamp went up too.
I know.
Yeah, that's right, unless you had the forever stamp, but you have postage meter, right, so, no?
Blue stamps.
Oh, so
Stamps, there's a fee for the postage meter.
there is.
Thought for sure you had a meter, I'm surprised.
I have a little tiny scale that works just.
Okay,
So dues and subscriptions, those all stay pretty steady. The biggest cost item in there is the leads online, which has been very helpful for us for burglaries and anything else. It runs
yeah.
really well. So those are kind of set fees. We're looking to keep that level funded at $4,100.
I'll make a motion, line 640-1, subscriptions dues, I'll move that line at $4,100.
Second,
All in favor?
Firearms includes firearms, ammunition, and tasers. We are still able to get ammunition. It takes a while, but we get it at a relatively decent cost compared to what most people are paying. But we have to wait now. You have to order it and then wait a bunch of months. You gotta kind of plan it out a little bit. And we've still been doing the tasers, where we've still been replacing tasers and rotating out the old ones, just like we kind of do the portables.
Yeah.
So we're looking to keep that level funded at $5,800.
Now, one time you thought the tasers could go on, they were thinking of some kind of maintenance agreement, and you do this and do that and pay this.
Yeah, it turns out that would
That-
probably cost us more than in the long run,
Okay.
because we don't only have a limited.
Oh, I didn't know if they updated.
If you were bigger, and had a couple hundred guys in your department, or probably.
Oh, yeah, but not for us.
Not for us.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna move line 660-2. Well, wait, wrong line. 660-1, firearms at $5,800.
second,
All in favor?
Police supplies is, like our disposable supplies, like, stuff for processing crime scenes, battery lights, fingerprint stuff, the stuff to lift fingerprints, gloves, flares, stuff we would use up. There's still money in there, but again, we usually restock the supplies at the last month of the year to see what we have left. We will use up the majority of that cost, so we're looking to keep it level funded at $2,250.
What's that line $1,200? What does that represent? I see you got one line for 600, one for 450, but I don't know what the 1,200 is for.
I think it's a space just because
The forms, fingerprint
Yes,
cards,
I
medical,
think-
gloves,
yeah.
flares.
Oh.
I think I dropped it down a space.
Oh, okay. All right. So I'm gonna move line 660-2, police supplies, level funded $2,250.
second,
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay.
K-9 is listed out as stuff. He hasn't paid, or done the hard guard and stuff. He'll buy that at the end of the year and replace damaged equipment. We're probably looking to get one more year out of this particular K-9.
Yes.
We're hoping for, and then we'll look.
I was gonna ask you that, I did talk to Officer Cashman, and
Yeah.
he was pretty confident last time I talked to him that.
Yep, the dog's been doing fantastic. He's,
That's great.
pretty healthy for, the dog's 9, I think, are gonna be
Yeah.
9. So he's in pretty good shape for a 9-year-old shepherd. He's doing a
Yeah.
good job. And then we'll be looking at what we're gonna do with the future. with
Yeah.
that. So we're looking to keep that level funded this year at $3,000.
I'm gonna move line 660-3, K-9 supplies, level funded $3,000.
second,
All in favor?
aye,
And the commissioner's line, supplies needed by a police commission, we would look to keep that level funded at $100.
I'll move line 710-1, police commissioners, $100 level funded.
second,
In favor?
Aye.
Okay.
And office supplies is like, the paper and pens and all the stuff they use in the office there. Again, we'll buy another little batch of stuff at the end of the year, and that'll be spent up. We're looking to keep that level funded at $2,250.
I'm gonna move line 670-1, office supplies for $2,250, level funded. Second, all in favor?
motioned, I'm sorry.
What's that?
Did you motion?
You did,
I don't, I
Who
thought I did.
second? Yeah, who second?
She wasn't listening.
He-
No,
I think I
Oh.
did.
Dennis,
I know,
thank you,
yeah.
sorry.
Sorry.
I got
the,
Yeah.
the,
Yeah, no, we're going a little
that's
fast.
what we thought he was angry on office supplies.
Advertising, which is, we use, if we advertise for open position or mostly it's for notifications and events. Sometimes we'll put out a flyer or something like that. We're looking to keep that level funded at $200.
When we put an ad for help,
Exactly,
Yeah.
union leader, we did.
alright, I'll move line 680-1 advertising, level funded at 200.
Second,
In favor?
Aye.
Other contingencies, which normally is if we're stuck in a crime scene for a while, we might buy the officer's food or something
Yep.
for other investigators who are here. We're looking to keep that level funded at $200.
I'm gonna move that line 690-1, other contingencies, level funded 200.
second.
In favor?
Aye.
Okay,
Okay, police cruisers, so we have our regular plan that we've been trying to keep with. This year, we would look to purchase 2 cruisers with 1 lease payment each, so we're back to leasing them. Last year, we purchased one cruiser outright, and we kinda have it planned out to keep a total of four things, whether it's buying a set of equipment or paying for a cruiser. So like a cruiser would count as 1, right? So if we get 2 cruisers, that's 2, and a set of 2 sets of equipment, that would be 4. So we're trying to keep it to 4 units of what we're buying every year.
yeah, cause getting the cruiser equipped is astronomical.
It's like $13,000.
For 2, that's for 2 though, right? Yeah.
That's for 1.
Oh, 13.2 for 1 cruiser?
Yeah.
Wow, you know what we used to do? We used to have a guy come in, what was it? $3,000, $4,000?
Yeah.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah.
We miss that guy. That was a retired police officer, I think, or,
Yeah, so we're looking to get 2 cruisers with lease payments. We're looking to get the hybrid cars. We have seen a significant saving in the fuel with that car.
okay?
Other than it was broken for a month.
No.
Is that car 3?
That's car 3,
Yeah, that's fine.
right? So car 3 they had to replace the entire computer apparently in the thing.
Was it under warranty? or-
Oh, yeah, of course, yeah,
But you lost the use of the vehicle,
for
Yeah.
a month.
yeah?
So actually our fuel costs went up that month because that car was down.
Mm-hmm.
So we're gonna try it one more, see how this works out. Other than that, the computer issue, the car's been pretty good. And we do see some cost savings with the fuel. So we're looking to get 2 cruisers, and like I said, we got 1 last year. We'll have 2 that will be over 80,000 miles that we'll be getting rid of. And then 1 set of equipment, and then change over from the unmarked car, we'll be getting rid of that. There's some costs associated with that to get rid of the unmarked car and move the lights.
So you're gonna have an unmarked car for a year?
No, we're gonna get rid of one of the unmarked cars we have now
Oh.
because it has 85,000 miles on it. We're
Yeah.
probably over 90 by the time. it's
Oh,
ready.
so you're gonna get,
One of the
so one you're gonna
cars.
do up and the other one
Right.
will replace the unmarked?
Exactly right.
Yeah, okay, yeah, I got it now.
And we're looking to, during the same time, purchase a laptop and a radar. So that would be a total cost for the cruisers of $64,846.90, which is a $3,153 reduction from last year.
Now, okay, so on another subject,
Mhm.
that money that the town has that we're allowed to use up to 10% of that balance for certain expenses,
Yeah,
would a cruiser laptop and a cruiser radar be something that we could charge to that balance and then thereby take those 2 items out of the budget?
we could. This year we used the money already.
Oh, you
This
did,
year.
well, that's why I wanted to bring it up.
Right, so it would have to be next year, and I guess we could do that. If that becomes a huge issue, we
Yeah.
probably. we
Well,
could.
just those 2 things alone, 55, 80, there's 80, almost $8,400 right there. Yeah. All right, I don't know, why don't we, how much more we got here? Not much.
I got 1 page, I think.
Okay, so
So if you guys wanna hold off on that, we come back to it,
I think we ought to hold off on that, I mean, that's my opinion, and look if we could take that out of that. And I say 15,000, I think the balance is about 150,000 in that town account,
Right.
perhaps.
Right.
So, and the selectmen had said you can go up to a 10%, we'd have to apply to it for them, so we can table this line, just for now, we can
Well,
take
how
it
much-
up at next meeting.
Or we can just,
Oh, no, you're really.
Yeah.
No,
There's
no,
another proposal he's got to give you anyway.
Right.
yeah.
Oh,
we're coming
okay.
up.
Hear him out.
Yeah.
Okay, well, we usually go
Sounds like-
line by line,
On this
so,
line.
all right, so why don't we just put this one aside and we'll continue on?
Yeah, we can come back to it in a minute, if that's, you
Oh,
know.
yeah.
All right, you mean we're gonna come back to it?
Yeah.
To this, yeah, let's finish the budget, and then he's
Okay,
got
that's
something to
fine.
say.
Yep.
Is that good?
Yeah.
Okay. Motorcycle.
So motorcycle is what we spent our detailed surplus account on this year.
Yeah.
We're going to see the selectmen on Monday to get them to approve the payment. We made our lease payment, and now we're gonna use the, I think it's like 12 or 13,000.
You're gonna buy it
out of
outright.
that account to buy it, to get it
Yeah.
off the books, so we're not leasing it every year. We're figuring, we only put 1,000 miles on it every year.
Yeah.
We could probably keep that motorcycle for 15 years, you
Yeah.
know?
It's a Harley, right?
And it might save the money, one, it's worth something to the town, now the town owns it, so we have value in it.
Yeah.
And we don't have to keep paying a lease payment every year.
Good idea.
You know?
Absolutely.
What
So
year?
kinda,
I like it.
it's 2020,
Yeah,
so it'll actually
Easy.
save quite a bit over the course of 10 years, right?
sure.
That's saving a lot.
all right, so that's where most of that money went for that, but that was smart going.
Right.
Because
So-
this line's down $2,000 compared to years
Now,
before.
we check for how much is a tune-up, oil change, check the brake, if it needs brake pads, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
They told us roughly $900.
That's right.
So, and then we always have had $500 for gear, like a set of boots and a pair of pants,
Yep.
right? So that's why we still have money in there, so it's not gonna cost us nothing to operate, you know, operate the motorcycle.
Mhm.
But it should over time be significantly less every year to keep saving. So we're looking to reduce that line $2,000, so to 1,500.
Yeah, sounds good. I'm gonna move line 700-2 motorcycle, gonna move that line at,
1,500.
1,500.
Second.
On favor?
Aye.
Okay.
Okay, cruiser maintenance is
Yes, sir.
not particularly good news, but there's no way around this. Parts are insane for the prices, for new car parts. Apparently, no one's manufacturing the 2021 parts yet, other than Ford. And you can't get them anyway, so you have to drive the parts through the dealer, so even if you go to a different mechanic, they're buying them through the dealer, and they're paying prices for Ford parts, rather
Yeah.
than like aftermarket parts. But that's in the new cars. The older cars, the 2019s and back, we can still get the aftermarket parts, and they're cheaper. But as we phase out those cars, it's a cost, hopefully eventually they're gonna start making aftermarket parts, but we can't count on that until we see it.
Yep.
And the same thing with tires, the newer vehicles have a different base tire, so you can't use the old tires from the 2019s on the new cars. They have a fatter.
You know, they're always coming up with something. I mean, it either was changing the bumper style and you had to change your push bars or anything, or the cage in the back of the cruiser that, you know,
So
redesigned.
this year, we're already over $210, which isn't a big deal. We have to purchase 16 tires still.
Oh.
And they're about 100 and, what we say they were today,
150.
So you're gonna be 2,000 in the red here when you're
About
done
three-
with
about
all,
3,000.
just the tires, that's
Just-
not counting anything else.
right, so we're gonna be about $3,000 over this
Yeah.
year.
On this line,
Yeah.
yeah,
And
for
there's-
this year,
And
yeah.
there's no way around it.
No.
You have to buy the.
Yeah, no, there is, you gotta keep the cars running.
So we're looking to increase that line, $2,750. And what we did is we looked at how many brake jobs we had this year, how many tires we bought, and we kind of figured it out as far as what the cost.
Well, you knew exactly how many tires you needed, so.
Right.
Do they honor the Ford brakes lifetime warranty on Ford patrol cars? Because newer Ford brake pads are lifetime warranty.
Okay.
Not for cruisers.
I don't think they would. Okay.
No, yeah. Well, it's inevitable.
We just, our brand new cars, my mechanic's been driving them all to get parts.
Yeah.
No. So you see that in your department over there?
Plus, what they've done is they've cheapened the way they build and
I
design the car.
What's Ford?
But when you need something, it's a component now,
Yeah.
so
Mhm.
when you need a light, you're replacing a whole light unit. It's-
Not a bulb.
It's not just.
No,
a bulb.
just, the whole, yeah,
It's,
yeah.
and then, so it's like $300.
Right.
It's crazy.
And I'm not thinking the initial stuff is as good a quality, like the
Oh,
brake
no,
pads
not at
are
all,
not
no,
as good,
no.
as they used to be able to get 40,000 miles, right now, no, 25,
We
you
do.
need brake pads.
Wow.
We
Rotors.
literally do parts and rotors every time we change the oil.
Yeah.
It's, you know, it's just cheaper in the long run to do them when they come
That
in.
makes sense.
Yeah.
Well, I think it's inevitable.
Does nobody turn rotors anymore?
No.
No. I'm gonna move line 710-1 cruiser maintenance, $13,300.
Second.
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay.
Uh,
Dennis, this is your favorite
Yeah,
line
this is
coming up.
Dennis's
Do
favorite
this to
one.
me on purpose.
Yeah.
So, the fuel line
Yep.
is, we have did she give you a copy of her handout or no?
I didn't finally give to you.
Okay, so as of so far this year, up to August is what we have our bills,
Mhm.
$16,201.
Yeah,
We're spending on average about $2,000 a month for fuel,
yeah, so you got 4 more months, 8,000.
8,000.
You're gonna be over budget, cause,
We'll
yeah,
be
gas is over $3, almost, I think, regular, right? 3?
Yeah, so
Yeah.
we'll be over, so if we spend 8, yeah, we're gonna be over by about $1,500.
Yeah? Well, we had taken some money out last year, I think we
We did.
reduced it.
But we were energy independent last year, so
Right.
it didn't really matter.
You got that new car.
The new car helps. If we didn't have the new car, we would have been over by.
Well, we'll have, so we're gonna have 3 cars that'll be
We
hard.
should, exactly right, that's the plan.
If you get the 2,
Now-
if you get the 2 on the
And you
budget.
don't know when we're gonna get the cars, because you have to order them and then you wait.
Yeah.
So, they probably won't be until June or so, but
If you're lucky.
if we're lucky. So, we're looking to increase it by 2,500, which is what we think will be short, roughly short this year,
Yeah.
assuming the same situations occur.
Gee, the August invoice was $2,434, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, boy, that's up there. You just annualize that times 12 and you're at
But,
30,000.
Yeah, you can actually see though, if we can get those other cars on the road, we probably would get it right around the 2,000. You know, even with the gas price high, which, you know, it's $500 a month, every month of the year, it would make a difference.
Mm-hmm.
But right now, that's not
Yeah.
the particular case.
Hey, well,
This line will be going soon when we go all electric. and-
That's right.
well, all right,
Plug 'em in.
When you see what those vehicles cost us.
I'll do it. 720-1 cruiser fuel, I'm gonna move that line at $25,000.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
So, we'll go back to police cruisers.
Yes. Yep, that's our only open line right now.
I will admit, I didn't think of that. We probably could, to cut down the cost here, buy the laptop and or the radar with our next year's
Fund.
retail surplus.
And that won't eat it all up, you're gonna have
We
15,000.
have a lot of it, but, you know, we're trying not to go with the 15, I'm trying to keep it around 10 to 12, you know, that
Yeah.
we're spending a year.
Okay.
I don't want the account to
Well,
drop
that'd
down.
be that'd be up there, that'd be 80, 85, 8,400.
Right, and that would help, I think, overall on the bottom
For the
line.
overall budget, since we went strong on the computer stuff.
Right. Which would drop, right, so that,
Seriously, in January.
yeah, we did, after the first year, so if we had 64,800, right,
Take those two things out, you mean?
minus 8, yeah, around, seriously, minus 8,000, I guess, just to be rough at the system. You got a phone?
I got it
Yeah.
right here. 83.99. Off of
Yeah, so the computer line, if I get it right, we did A and we did B. So one was 2880,
No, you just said you did
We
just
just
B.
did B.
B.
oh,
Yes.
for 6144, okay.
Yeah.
Right.
So that increases our, down below here, 4871 and 6144.
It comes up to 50.
That's 10,955 rounded off, we're 11 grand over. Let me just see, and that's the only
What did you have
pencil
there?
increase that we
56?
actually did.
8,000,
448,
56, what?
448.
448.
And that's doable, Chip? I mean,
Right.
I think so, I would think so. As long as, yeah, we have,
So,
I
yes,
don't see why that fund would change anything.
Bill?
You got 80, yeah, you'd have to go to the selectmen, now's the time, because you're gonna have to schedule it, go to.
We already did.
No.
Get it approved, we're gonna pick up $8,300 off of this 10-9.
This is
You're only gonna be
Right, next year.
$2,600 ahead on the budget.
Are we going already before them? So we're gonna ask them for the motorcycle money and then,
It's next week, coming up, and that's for this year's.
This year's, and then next year you're gonna ask for
That's
this.
Yeah, we haven't spent anything for this year's.
right, are we waiting till January to ask for that money? You're gonna ask for it
Yeah,
again?
no, last for it after, yeah.
Okay, just trying.
If you're good with that, I'm gonna make a motion.
That's for it,
Yeah.
It does
Yeah,
for
right.
me in my mind.
But not much money went into it this year. So
No,
That's-
Oh.
The
that's
balance
what
is
I
not
wanted
gonna
to say.
change much from one year.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, so now, if it gets below, if it gets to 120,
February.
you're only gonna get $12,000.
That's why I'm trying to keep it.
Try,
around
yeah, you're
10 or
trying to
so
keep the fund up
it
there, I agree.
Well, this makes sense then.
Yeah.
There you go, that's you know.
Oh, okay. Okay, so, line 700-1, police cruisers, I'm gonna move that line at 56,448.
Second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, okay.
So if you go down
You're within $2,000 if this all goes like this,
right,
with that 8,400 coming back in.
What's the schedule for meetings? Are we ahead of the curve?
yeah, November,
So we-
November 5th, we're meeting with the
Oh, okay.
selectmen,
So we
and
have a
that
meeting
Thursday after that, we meet with them. The same
For some
Thursday we meet
reason,
with
there's
them.
some changes to what we just did.
Yeah,
I think we're,
We
yeah.
have to ask.
nice presentation, hey, you did a nice job,
Just saying
everybody, all you
changes.
guys did a nice job. Getting all the figures and
Yeah.
all the questions answered, appreciate it.
Yes, thank you.
Any questions for the commission at all before I make a motion to adjourn?
So, just mentally prepare yourselves though, so I'm throwing this out there, for the next year,
I won't
payment
care.
for the cruisers will go up. That line is gonna go from 56 to like 72,
Oh,
alright? So don't be freaking out on me next year.
well, we won't have, well, are we gonna have another computer and another radar thing?
No, that's just lease
Alright,
payments.
so that's something looking forward, we won't have the motorcycle to buy anymore. Well,
Right,
we'll still have maintenance on it though.
no. So,
Yeah,
All right.
it just come in as a flat,
Yeah.
flat line, so it
And
won't.
gas will be
Yeah.
$5 a gallon.
Yeah, alright, I'm gonna, anything else before we adjourn?
Resetting anyways.
Yeah,
Nope.
the big
Okay,
reset.
I'm gonna make a motion to adjourn at 7:59 PM.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Nice job. Lil, this is all for you.